Hello everyone, welcome to a very special video brought to you by Jordanville Elevators Canada. Now, I know you're seeing Minecraft, and you're seeing a building, and judging by the looks of the building, it's pretty obvious. We are here at the IWK Health Centre, and today I'm going to give you guys a grand tour of this project that I've been working on for at least 2.5 months to 3 months. So, I was talking over with my friends saying that this place needed a hospital, so in the meantime, while they did their own thing, after they helped out with the landscaping, I basically brought this baby to life. So, with that said, why don't we hop on down, get out of flight mode, and go for a tour. So you can see these blue spaces mark off wheelchair parking. And of course, we've got direction indication on the door. So exit only, no entry. Because if you look closely here, got pressure plates to power the doors. Over here is exit only because you can see the pressure plates through those doors as well. So we're going to stop in here. So, just like the real hospital, you walk in, you see the information center, you see where you pay for your parking, and over here, now, before we keep going, I just want to point out that I had to compensate a little bit to make this miniature version as realistic as possible to the real hospital. Because the real hospital itself is gigantic. So that could have taken up a whole village and possibly the whole map. And I really didn't have the time to push for the full deal. So, just like I did on my iPad, I went ahead and did a miniature version of the hospital and combined it with all the features that you would have in the full hospital. So over here we got the IWK Child Life Service Office. This is where you can go ahead and talk to the IWK Child Life Specialist people and basically just say this is what my child's interested in, and if you're friends with Buddington the Clown, then that's where his office is. We've got our information kiosk. Let's move on down here. This is the Bigs and Littles gift shop. So, just like the real place, got a couple aisles with, like, toys. And then in the back here we've got, like, shelving units where magazines and cards would be sold for, like, get well soon gifts. And we've got some cashiers here. You guys are on camera, say hi. Alright. Now, I will mention that the building on the bottom section is lit up with glowstone, since redstone is a very tricky system. Right here we got Tim Hortons, and off to our right we've got Subway. There was a pizza place in the hospital, but for some reason they closed it. They had pretty good pizza there, so I don't know why they closed it. I was told they needed office space, so that's what I've heard. And this machine here is loaded with paper, and for good reasons. These are supposed to be paper slips for your parking tickets. So, I never got around to the redstone trick with this, but this was supposed to pop out a little slip of paper as you go to leave. And right here it says, remember to pay your parking ticket, with an arrow pointing to the machine indicating where to pay. In here we get a library. There wasn't really a whole lot you could do in here, setup wise for the replica. In fact, I have to get a librarian in here. So, just like the real place, you got a bookshelf and another bookshelf over there. But the thing is, you can rent games for Xbox, Wii, PlayStation, and GameCube as well. Just like the real hospital. So, right here is the Gold Bloom Pavilion. And just like the real thing, you've got a gender-neutral male-female bathroom. So it's used for if you're a girl or a boy. And right here we got elevator machine room, because you guys have seen my work on the video that I did of the Gold Bloom Pavilion elevator. And right here we've got ThyssenKrupp TAC 20 submersible pump. Didn't mean to jump there. But I used a little bit of, I believe, orange dye in the water to make the hydraulic oil, which is a nice touch. So as we continue on, we've got the elevator with the hoistway access switch and an exterior floor and number with arrows. But we're going to continue on, and we're going to come down those elevators later. So just like as you come out of Isaac's Cove, you've got directions to the children's building and the blue elevators and the Link building in your emergency. Now, the main floor on the IWK is actually the second floor instead of the first floor. But like I said, I had to compensate with all the stuff that was put into the hospital. So right here we got blood collection. In my opinion, my least favorite spot. Got a TV so your kids can watch a movie. And in here, you've got a seat where they do your blood work, and then they have a counter and cabinetry for their blood collection process. So it's a little bit of a tight squeeze in here, just like the real rooms actually. It's tricky to get my wheelchair in there. And then all the way down here we have staff only, so that's like where they store the blood and everything from what they've taken from patients for research. Sorry for walking the wall there. But if we continue our way down here, we've got specialty seating. Now this is where all the wheelchair stuff is done. So I'm really familiar with that. Now typically in the hospital, you would have 2 offices and a appointment room right here on the left, but once again, compensation when it comes to space. So I moved the 2 rooms for your appointments over here, and just like the big room here, in real life, they do have a TV. Now this is my makeshift of a wheelchair. I could have done a better job, but I needed a thing to look at on YouTube, but sadly, as of this recording, my internet is out of service due to Hurricane Dorian. Anyways, here is the smaller appointment room, and as we walk down here, we've got, as I like to call, the wheelchair workshop. We've got these 2 wheelchairs here. I might add a crafting table and some other various tools in the future. And just like in the other part, we actually have a small bathroom. Got your sinks there. I went with levers as my water taps for a little while, but then I changed things up a little bit. And you guys will see why. Just looking at the time, we're at the 10-minute mark. So, as of today, it is November 11th, 2019. Or not November, so sorry. September 11th, 2019. Sorry about getting sidetracked there. So, this will be pre-recorded. So, this is your x-ray area. Once again, you got a TV and a sofa. Just to watch something while you're waiting for your appointment. Or your x-rays. This is the best I could really come up with. Like, I don't know what I could use. I don't know if I could have used an end rod or something for my x-ray machine. But, once again, all about compensation with space. So, I had to deal with what I had left over. And it's identical in here. Just those stripes there are marking the green wing and the blue wing of the hospital, which has no relation. Those lines have no relation to the system for the x-ray machine. Once again, male-female bathroom, equipped with a toilet, and then a double sink. The reason I went with the double sink is just to try and make it more counter spacey, or not counter spacey. Where's my English? Just try to give the bathroom more counter space. And here is another door. We've got the elevator machine room for the 3 green elevators. Now, typically in the hospital, the green elevators in the link wing are ThyssenKrupp traction elevators, but with this being a 2-story miniature model, I went ahead and took the liberty into making them hydraulic elevators. So you've got your power switch on the right there, and then we've got your hydraulic oil. So I'm pretty crafty when it comes to that, and those are running TAC-32 ThyssenKrupp computers. With those elevators being modernized by ThyssenKrupp back in 2008, I'm not sure what current computer they're running. We have a stairway here, and here are the elevators. So you've got your hoistway access, what elevator number, and the floor number. You got the sign for green elevators. Now, just like the real hospital, 2 small elevators, and then directly across the hall, you've got 1 big elevator for a more spacey area to get a bed in and out. But we're gonna... Ooh, that door closed on me. Okay, these doors are temperamental. We're walking into the ER here. So, we've got patient registration. Once again, sadly, I have to say I have ended up in the ER at the IWK. And at least they have a TV for you to watch something while you're waiting. And once again, one with a sofa instead of individual chairs, since with space, it's hard to really put things separately with chairs. So I used the brewing stand as IV pumps, and I went ahead with those purple stairs from the end dimension for the parents to sit. And then we have a standard white hospital bed. Got ourselves a large chest for like tools and stuff for medication. So literally every room, there are 7 exam rooms here that are completely identical. So we don't need to go into those ones. And that little book over there is to indicate the patients that are currently living, or not, well, living, but are booked into the ER. Got the sign that says nurses station. And right here is the ambulance bay, so I put right here ambulance bay. Staff and paramedics only. Got ourselves a really big ambulance bay. I really didn't know what to do for an ambulance design, so I didn't put one in yet, so I may do that in the future. Alright. Let's go upstairs. And just for roleplay, we're gonna press the call button. So we got elevator 1. These are water-powered elevators, as I currently don't know how to make piston elevators. Because, once again, redstone is really touchy. So we're up here on the 2nd floor, and here's our first nurse's station. Those two seem to be having a good old chat. As it is currently nighttime, if you look here, we've got some small lights lit up, and all these big lights are turned off. So that's just for quiet time, just like in the real hospital, where they actually shut off the big lights and just have these small lights to lightly dim the hallways, just to give the patients a more calming atmosphere. So there are a couple lights on in the cafeteria. When it gets brighter outside, we'll get a look in there. In here is day surgery. So we've got ourselves nurse's station here. And I am sorry about the dark. I should have come up here first. And right here we've got recovery room. So this is where you go in before you go in for surgery, and where you're at when you come out of surgery. And every room in the day surgery unit on the 3rd floor in the real building does have a TV. Oh, there's the lights. It's getting brighter out there already. So those big lights come on in the daytime, and the small lights turn off. So in here, forgot to mention, surgery outfits and medicine. So in here, you've got a bunch of surgery gowns and everything for the doctors to wear, and I don't know if I filled these yet. No, I haven't. It was in another section of the hospital, but these will all have medication and everything in them when it's all finished. Like, the building itself is finished, it's just filling up the chest. I just finished the fine details today. So as we come down here, just like you guys saw on camera, you guys actually got to see the hallway down to the operating room. So, just like in the operating room, we got ourselves a big TV, nice bright lights for the surgeons to see what they're dealing with during it, and what do you call it? A procedure, and I just used a standard white bed as the operating table. I could change that up in the future, but as of this point, I'm not gonna really touch these yet, since I've spent the majority of the hospital, or the majority of the operating room asleep, like everyone else has. But all three are identical, with TVs and the white beds. So let's continue on. You have to excuse me, because I've got a little bit of an angle on my chair, just to give you guys the best view. And speaking of views, how about that? We're currently working on a skywalk bridge to sort of create an express route to the hospital. And that little dock down there will be for marine vessels to bring patients in from the sea. So it's almost like having a EHS life flight, but instead it's like the Coast Guard just bringing in patients. So one thing, instead of the cafeteria being downstairs, we have it upstairs. So we've got our cooks. You guys are hiding. Come down here. You're on camera, guys. Stubborn. So you got some stoves there, you got a microwave, you got a sink, and their chest is full of food, so they can prepare meals for you. Then you got your cash register. So what you do is you pick your food, then you go up and pay for it, and then you grab yourself a seat. Personally, I would take a view of the lake or the village. So let's continue on. I have your tray return chest, recycle only chest, and the garbage only chest. So, got the waste all balanced out properly. And as you can see, the lights have shut off, specifically the smaller lights. So in here we've got a laundry room. Oh, so sorry about that. This is your washer, and then down here you got your dryer. Quick side note, I am using the City texture pack, so that's why you're getting the fancy TV and everything. So now we are on 7 Link. This room was a little bit of a mess up when I first put it in. Room 767. I meant to have the bathroom where the bed is, so I sort of messed up on this room. But just like in the real hospital, your media center over there with your TV and your desk in your closet, that's literally the closest I could get to what it looks like TV wise. Now I will show you how one of the rooms is properly laid out. You get the redstone lighting all around. Hallway lights are controlled by daylight sensors, and the rooms are all controlled by a light switch or a lever, whatever you want to call it. So here's your hospital bed. The orange shulker box is just a nightstand for the patient, just like in real life. And then the gray one is supposed to be a mini fridge, just like in real life. And then you have a bed here for your parent or guardian that stays with you in the room. Now, in the bathroom here, I know it's a little bit of a snug fit. You've got your toilet, turn around here, got your sink, and like I said, there's your new tap design. Instead of using the levers as your tap, I used the tripwire. And I didn't know how to make a walk-in shower, so I just went ahead and went with my old method by using a tub. Still convenient. Alright. Oops. Don't stand on the tub. But yeah, that's room 764. Some of the room numbers here are actually numbered after my surgeries that I've had. And I've had to stay on 7 Link. So, as you can see here, identical, but he doesn't get a window view. But that's because after I measured out a room, I started planting out the same layout. So, we have had some rooms that have a view, and some rooms that don't. Sorry, I'm trying to get things working here. And just tilt myself for a second. Because with Botox in my arm is lazy. And if there's any shakes, I am sorry about that. It's just another involuntary tremor. I believe you guys have seen it on camera. Now, this will mess up the camera view. Just a notch. Okay. I'm gonna keep it as it is. So here you have your nutrition room. So if you're not in the mood to call Dial for Dining, which is their 24-hour food service, you can go in here and cook your own little meals. So I use the droppers as the ovens, which I'm going to change over to furnaces later on, because with this texture pack, you do have the actual look of an oven with the furnaces, which I should have done in the first place. For a fridge, I just used a simple iron door and a block of quartz with a lever up there to open the fridge. And then the microwave is just a painting. And you gotta have something to eat while you're just hanging around. So I put a cake in there as well, with a small dining area. Now over here is your family lounge, where you do get a nice view, and you got yourself a nice TV with shelving. Just like the real thing on 7-Link. So, directly across, we do have the playroom. So let's hop in there. So this is your little media area. Get yourself a jukebox. And I know the note block looks identical, but this is a jukebox, because you see, I can't change like the tone of a note. So, in here, we've got ourselves a large chest full of all the music options, shulker boxes as the TV speakers, which I thought was a nice touch. Nice nether brick sofa. And this is something I'm really proud of creating. Oh, we actually have a guest. Let's hop out for a second. Right here, we have a famous IWK member. We have Buddington the Clown, everyone. That's right, I put Buddington the Clown in the hospital. So how cool is that? He can go around and entertain all the patients in, not only in the real hospital, but in the Minecraft hospital. As you can see, he's off to go entertain a child. But anyways, where was I? Table tennis. I did a really good job creating that. I actually have one of those in my basement in my own house that I share with my cousin. Now these orange shulker boxes, they do have dyes in them, because in the playroom, besides games and everything, they do have paint and other various crafting items. That's why I have those sinks there, to wash out any containers they use for painting. And then I've got paper in there for the kids that like to draw. So, which is a pretty good touch. I did have this area left empty for a while, but I really didn't know what to put in. I'm like, duh, they do crafts. So I stuck that setup there. Let's see. Now this room, I'm a little disappointed in. I thought I could make this a full-blown recovery room, but as you can see, we're a few blocks short on width. The bathroom is the same and everything, but as for the recovery room, it is smaller, so I'm a little disappointed in that. But like I said, compensating when it comes to space. So down here, we've got, actually, I forgot to mention, we are now in the pediatric medical unit, judging by the change of the floor color. Those big lights are going to go in a minute. We've got laundry here. It's the same ordeal over in 7-Link. We've got those guys, the cauldron with a trapdoor filled with water, and the droppers. for your washer and dryer. Now, these guys have a smaller nutrition room, and the cake is just over there in the corner. For some of the people to eat that are living here at the time. So, here's a pediatric medical unit recovery room. Identical to the regular recovery area from 7 Link. Same deal with the tub and the toilet and everything. So that's one with a view of the front. I wish I could have gotten more rooms made with a front view, but things did not go according to plan. So here's a pediatric medical unit, recovery room with a back view from the back of the building. And over here, get your nurses station. These two are doing their jobs by the looks of it. Another recovery room. Now we're over in the blue section now. I did forget to mention that. So these are the blue elevators. So these will take us down to where the specialty seating and the blood collection is. Now in here we've got our hospital bed storage, as it says right there. And directly across from that, we've got medicine and IV pole storage. So I've got the brewing stands as the IV poles. And in here, you've got yourself a full stack of potions that are for healing. So that's what's going on in there. Don't know why I left that door open. Same with the hospital bed. Okay. Now, let's go over to the Gold Bloom Pavilion. A job that has been done. Alright, you got your elevator here that we saw downstairs with the hoistway access, which is actually a ThyssenKrupp Northern in real life. These guys are pretty much self-explanatory. These are offices, so just creep on in here. Let's flick on a light. There we go. You got a chest back there for all his files. Nice desk. Seating for anyone that needs to come in and talk with whoever's working in there. So, room size, it varies. They're mainly the same, but office number 7. Let me just get in here. Office number 7 is way smaller. But like I said, space compensation. Gotta do what you gotta do. Could have made it a janitor's closet. Never thought of that. Same with this one. Big lights are out again. That's why I'm carrying a sword as well. So I don't break anything. Because after working on this for almost 3 months, the last thing you want to do is break something. So we go down the Gold Bloom Pavilion elevator. We are right back where we started. Machine room's open. Close that up. And exit here. We're back in Isaac's Cove. You take your parking ticket, pay for it, and you're pretty much just get things rolling here. these doors are gonna give me a hard time. And there you have it. Ladies and gentlemen, the IWK of Minecraft. Just jump up here. First person. Oh, one thing I want to specify. When you're doing stuff with daylight sensors to control your lighting, you gotta have glass directly over your daylight sensors. So I went with white glass, sort of blend in with the roof, because you'll see from a distance here. It's literally not even noticeable. So that pretty much covers everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this tour of the IWK Minecraft edition. I had a lot of fun making this. I did realize one thing that I did forget to put in was, what do you call it? The Cineplex movie theater. But at the time I started this, I never even thought of that. So I wish I could have put Cineplex in here. Who knows, maybe in the future I'll be able to install that room into the hospital. But I hope you guys enjoy this. And Buddington, if you're watching this and you get a chance to see, or if you get a chance to see the video, I hope you like what I made. Because for me, I find that this is a huge accomplishment for myself. And I am very proud to have finished it today. I can't believe I worked almost all the way through the summer when I was home on this building, besides playing some other games with my buddies. Between GTA and Forza, I was mainly working on this baby. And, as you can see, the lights are coming on for daytime. So, people gotta go to work. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you like my finished product. I am more than, how do I put this? Mind blown with it than I was with my last replica that was on my iPad, that hopefully someday I can recover from my old iPad. But all I can say is, this one definitely blows my older version out of the water. Instead of it being a 3-day binge play, it was a 3-month binge play. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the tour. And all I can say is, that's it, and thanks for watching.